They say old buildings keep secrets, and sometimes they try to tell them. When Lily Carter moved into that faded brick apartment on Maple Street, she thought she'd found a quiet place to start over. The rooms were small, the paint was chipped, but there was a strange charm in the squeaky floorboards and antique fixtures. It wasn't plugged in. Lily kept it only as a decoration, a curious relic from another time. In the living room by the dusty window sat an old cream-colored rotary phone. The city's noise barely reached her, and for the first time in months, she thought she might finally get some sleep. Jolted awake by the shrill ringing, Lily stumbled to the living room. The phone shouldn't have worked, but there it was, rattling on the table as if demanding her attention. The first night, Lily unpacked her things, made tea, and listened to the silence of her new home. On the other end of a phone that shouldn't ring at all, but at exactly 2:37 a, that phone rang. She lifted the receiver to her ear, her breath shallow. "Hello?" She whispered. At first nothing, then she heard it. Slow, raspy breathing. The sound of someone very much alive. "Who is this?" she asked, voice trembling. The line clicked. Silence returned. The next day, Lily told herself it had to be a dream. The same breathing greeted her, slower this time, almost deliberate. Maybe the phone was somehow still wired into the building, or perhaps she'd imagined it half asleep. The next evening, she invited her best friend, Emma, to stay the night. Emma was calm, practical, the type who laughed at ghost stories. But the following night, at the same unholy hour, it rang again. Even unplugged, the bell cut through the darkness. She answered, her hands shaking. Determined to find answers, Lily visited Mr. Whitaker, the building's elderly landlord. His office smelled of dust and memories. Poor fellow died alone in that very room. "Stop calling me," she shouted, slamming the receiver back onto its cradle. But as midnight crept closer, even Emma's confidence seemed to fade. She hid the phone itself inside a cupboard far from sight. But the echo of that call stayed with her long after the ringing stopped. Lily wasn't alone in her fear. "It's probably just some crossed wires," Emma said, pouring them both tea. At 2:37 a.m., the phone rang once more. Emma's eyes widened. Her smile vanished. "Answer it," she whispered. Lily picked up the receiver, forcing herself to speak. In old records, she discovered that years before Mr. Hayes, another woman had lived there. She too had received calls in the night. "Who are you? Why are you calling me?" The breathing paused, and for the first time the voice spoke. Low, gravelly, almost more growl than words. "Look behind you." Lily and Emma turned together. The room stood empty, yet Lily swore she felt eyes watching from the dark corners. On the seventh night, Lily decided to face it. Shadows clung to the walls as the clock ticked closer to 2:37 a.m. That phone belonged to the last tenant. Mr. Whitaker told her, frowning. "Mr. Hayes, did anything strange happen before he died?" Lily pressed. The old man hesitated, glancing toward the hallway as if afraid to be overheard. Some tenants claim they heard him arguing late at night, but no one ever heard another voice. That night, Lily removed the phone cord completely. But at 2:37 a.m., ringing returned, muffled but clear. She opened the cupboard, heart pounding, and answered. "Look behind you," the voice rasped, closer than ever. Lily turned toward the window, and in the glass she saw him, a pale, hollow-eyed figure standing inches behind her, watching with quiet rage. She spun around. Nothing. The room was empty once more. By daylight, Lily searched for the truth. She too had been told, "Look behind you." She was found dead by the window. The official report called it an accident of fall. But the whispers told another story. She sat alone in the dark, the unplugged phone before her. When the phone rang, Lily lifted the receiver with steady hands. "Why are you haunting me?" she asked. The voice hissed back, angry and cold. "I see you." The air grew frigid. Her breath turned to mist. In the window's reflection, the figure stood closer than ever, reaching for her shoulder. Lily closed her eyes and whispered, "I'm not afraid." When she opened them, the figure was gone. The phone clicked dead. After that night, the phone never rang again. But sometimes, when Lily walks through her living room after dark, she catches a flicker of movement in the glass just behind her shoulder, and though the midnight caller no longer speaks, Lily knows some shadows never truly leave.